Here we have limits x tends to minus infinity, and in both cases it is x tends to minus infinity, and we have a square root in the numerator. In this case, there is a square root in the denominator. So x is tending to some negative infinity, and we have a square root, and square root with an even power. Okay, let's see what to do here. Now, here, let's divide both numerator and denominator with the highest power of the denominator, that is x. So what we will get? Root of x square plus 1 by x by x plus 1 by x. The denominator is very easy. This becomes 1 plus 1 by x. Right? 1 plus 1 by x. Now, this x we have to take inside. But x is negative. Right? X is negative. What does that mean? So, for example, if x is minus 2. Okay. So now minus 2 whole square, we want to take it as within the square. Right? Minus 2 whole square, this is 4. Right? Minus 2 whole square is 4. Now, square root of minus 2 whole square is 2. Right? Please notice, square root of 4 is 2. It is not minus 2. Square root of 4, square root of minus 2 whole square is actually 2. So what is minus 2? Minus 2 is actually minus of square root of minus 2 whole square. Right? Please notice the difference. Minus 2 is not, this is not equal to square root of minus 2 whole square. This square and this square root we cannot cancel, because square root of 4, square root of a number is always positive only. So basically, if x is negative, what we are trying to say, x is negative, then x is equal to minus of square root of x square. Right? So for example, minus 2 is equal to minus of square root of minus 2 whole square. Right? Is equal to minus of square root of 4 is equal to minus 2. Okay. So now what does that mean? That means if you have to take this, if I have to write this x as square root of x square, right? Then what we have to write? This x should be replaced with minus of square root of x square. Okay. We cannot directly write it as square root of x square. Right? Now this one, this square root, we can take them together. Okay, what does that mean? This under root, this we can take this square root, we can take this together now. This minus we can take it outside. Minus of square root of x squared plus 1 by x square. This is nothing but what will this give? Square root of 1 plus 1 by x square by 1 plus 1 by x. Okay, this is minus of. All of this is actually minus of. Now when you substitute x equal to minus infinity, this part will become 0, this part will become 0. We will be left with minus of square root 1 by 1, which is equal to minus 1. Okay, so please notice it is not plus 1. The limit is equal to minus 1. We cannot see if we are trying to, if x is plus infinity, then we could have directly taken this x inside. Right, x square plus 1 by x square by 1 plus 1 by x, we could have written it like this. If x is greater than 0. If x is greater than 0. But when x is less than 0, we cannot write x equal to under root x square. Right? We have to take this, we have to get this in under root x square format, right? We cannot directly write x equal to under root x square as when x is negative. Right? When x is negative, it has to be under root it has to be minus of under root x square. Basically, under root x square is modulus of x. Sorry, absolute value of x. It is always positive. So when x is less than 0, it should be minus x. Okay, so that is the little care that we have to take here. Now let us take the other example. Other example also very similar one. In this case, again, 4 minus 3x cube by under root x power 6 plus 9. Okay. Now again, we want to divide both numerator and denominator with x cube. Right, with x cube or root x power 6. Okay, we want to divide both numerator and denominator with root x power 6. 4 minus 3x cube by root x power 6 by root x power 6 plus 9 by x power 6. Right. The denominator is 1 plus 9 by x power 6. The denominator is 1 plus 9 by x power 6. What about numerator? Root x power 6. Again, here x is less than 0. X is less than 0. Right. Obviously, x cube is also less than 0. Okay. Like our minus 2. Let's say x cube is our minus 2. X cube is less than 0. Then x cube whole square. Right. X cube, if you call it as y. If you call it as y is less than 0. Obviously, what is root y square? Root y square is equal to minus y. Right. That means root of x cube whole square is equal to minus of x cube. Right. Please notice this. Root y square is equal to minus y when y is negative. So, for example, when y is minus 2 whole square is equal to plus 2 is equal to plus 2, which is nothing but minus of minus 2. Right. This is nothing but minus y. So, root of x power 6 is equal to minus x power 3. Okay. So, what does that mean? This becomes minus 4 by x cube plus 3 by x cube by less, sorry, 3x cube by x cube, right? By under root 1 plus 9 by x power 6, right? Now, x tends to minus infinity. So, this will become 0 and this will become 0, right? And here these two will get cancelled, we will be left with 3. So, the limit is actually 3. Right. In these two problems, the one thing that we have to take care is when x is less than 0, under root x square is actually equal to minus x. That's the whole thing that we have to be careful. In earlier cases that we have done, most of the cases are x greater than 0. So we didn't have to worry about this one. Right. Now let us take few more examples where there are square roots and all. Let's say, for example, we have 2x power 5 by 3 minus x power 1 by 3 plus 7, x power 8 by 5, 3x, and root x. What we will do? We will divide everything with the highest power which is there in the denominator. This is x power half, right? And this is x power 1. This is 8 by 5, which is greater than 1. So let us divide everything by x power 8 by 5, both numerator and denominator. This also will divide with by x power 8 by 5. Okay. So now obviously this part will become 1. 1 plus 3 by 3 by x power 8 by 5. This becomes 3x by x power 8 by 5. Right. That means 8 by 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 3 by 5. That is this one. 3 by x power 3 by 5. And this is nothing but 8 by 5 minus half. Right. X power half by x power 8 by 5. So 1 by x power 8 by 5 minus half, which is nothing but 10, and 16 minus 5, which is 11 by 10. Right. That is this one. Okay. That is this one. That is this one. In the numerator, what will happen? X power 5 by 3, 5 by 3 minus 8 by 5. 8 by 5. This is 15, and 25 minus 24, which is 1 by 15. That is this one. That is this one. Similarly, 1 by 3 and 8 by 5. Right. 1 by, so what we'll get in the denominator? 8 by 5 minus 1 by 3. This is what? 24 minus 5 by 15, which is 19 by 15. Right. Similarly, 7 by x power 5, 8 by 5. This is same as is. Right. Now, if you see when x tends to infinity, all this will become 0, but there is 2x power 1 by 5. This will tend to infinity. Right. That's why it is infinity. Now, x tends to infinity, plus infinity again, under root x square plus 1 by x plus 1. Please notice the earlier case, x tends to minus infinity. Right. That's why we had to take care of the square root part. Now here we don't need to worry much. We directly divide everything by x. Here we will get x plus 1 by x, and under root also x square plus 1 by x square. So here we don't need to worry about the negative part. Right. So we'll get 1 plus 1 by x square and denominator 1 plus 1 by x. Both of them, they will become 0 when x tends to infinity. So the answer is root 1 by 1, which is equal to 1. In earlier case, what was the answer? This is minus 1. Right. This is minus 1. And this is plus 1. This is plus 1. Same problem. Now here, x tends to again positive infinity plus infinity, x square minus 5x by x cube plus x minus 2. What we'll do, we'll take the highest power. We'll divide everything by this highest power. We'll get 1 plus x by x cube, which is 1 by x square, minus 2 by x cube. Here what we'll get, x square by x cube, which is equal to 1 by x minus 5 by x square. Right. So now this will tend to 0. Right. 1 by x, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So ultimately what will be left? We'll be left with 0 by 1, which is equal to 0. Right. So please notice limit of power, limit of some power of some function. So for example, this is and side is f of x, square root of f of x. What does that mean? F of x whole power 1 by 2. Right. Power of something. So that means power of limit of something. So limit basically we can take inside the square root. Please note limit of some f plus g is equal to sum of limits, limit f plus limit g. Similarly, limit of product is equal to product of limits. Limit of power is equal to power of limits. We already know these basic operations, right? So that's why we can take limit inside the power. Okay, guys. Hope you understood this. Thank you.